7:14. The sauna is finally up to temp. I was in here for almost an hour. Got a little bit of sweat, but not a lot, so I was just working on my video from yesterday and drinking coffee with collagen and butter. So I'm starting the carnivore diet today. So dairy is allowed. I'm not going to do a lot of dairy, but definitely some butter. So just meats, and butter and salt for 3 days is the first goal, and then we'll see how I feel. Maybe go 7 days. I don't think I want to go beyond that because it's just a reset. So we'll see. It's day 44. I'm starting to recognize that I need to come up with strategies for what happens when I hit day 63. Because this doesn't really end, but do the videos continue? In some ways I'm just getting started, in other ways I've made leaps and bounds. The fact that I just posted a video of me toning is something I definitely did not expect to have happened in this journey. So who knows what could happen if I continue? What does that look like? Do I really want to be sharing a window into my life for an extended amount of time? What are the reasons for yes and what are the reasons for no? Is it more fear-based to say no, or privacy? Like, does it matter? Is this helpful? I mean, there's definitely an accountability, helpfulness for myself, but is there value for others? I'd have to think there's some, but it's not like I'm having a real big reach at this point from just showing a glimpse into my daily life. I'm not even sure who's watching. I don't even know if that matters. And in the spirit of living ceremony and how this all began, this thing isn't going away just because I post it and the day has passed. My intention in some ways is to share the truth, my ever-evolving story, vulnerability, my medicine, which has come forward a lot in this journey. I knew I wanted to be a sound healer. Over a year ago, I was in a sound healing in December, and I just heard a voice in my head say, I can't imagine myself not being a sound healer. Just like that. And I was like, okay. And almost exactly a year to the date is when my teacher appeared, and it's so cool. Like, I love the sound healing. I feel alive. I feel like it combines so many things that I already knew, and it's a tool for being the vessel of the divine. These sacred tones and the way they work with the bowls and just being open is so wild. Like, I'm noticing, like, when I hit whatever the tone is that is called for, like, it literally sounds like there are other voices singing with me, and it is so wild. Like, yesterday's session, it was like, there's a man singing with me, toning, harmonizing. And that's when it's really like the sacred geometry just expands, and it's beyond anything I can fully understand, but it's super powerful. And so, like, I just want to keep practicing and getting more comfortable working with my voice, working and training that muscle to just be able to hit whatever tone is called for, whatever's coming through without reservation. But yeah, I'm starting to get the sense that don't know what comes next. I've had thoughts around doing 30 days of sound healing, but I recognize that I have some travel and things coming up that could make that more challenging. And having, housemates in a small house, like the sound is carried everywhere, which I don't think they mind that, but it's just me feeling confident in taking up space daily for sound. So I'm also recognizing there's a real invitation to get going on this vision board. I cut out all the pieces, but that also takes up space and time. I will take up my whole living room laying out all these pieces to like put it together. But I think in the place where I'm at now, it's a little bit of like coming to some completions, getting ready for the Fit for Service Malibu Summit, the last summit or so they say. I'd like to think it's not the last summit, but it's being advertised that way, so I have to prepare myself for some emotions around that. And then I'm heading into shamanical training in Sedona in February. So there's some big things coming into the picture, moving pieces, beginnings and endings. So I recognize that the vision board would be really helpful to help me dream life into being. And maybe once that's set, then I can get some other ideas on what's the next part of this devotional practice. Do I continue the videos, or I do have a desire to do some sound healing sessions, like sound ceremonies that aren't just to post, just to share as a living ceremony. So not just a glimpse into a session, but an actual sound ceremony, just with the intention of putting it out there, recording an entire session that's meant to be shared. So yeah, I got some things to start thinking about and sorting out in this process. I don't know if this will show up on the camera right now, but it's a really beautiful pastel colored morning. Blues and purples and pinks and oranges. Which just makes me think about art. I have art pieces in my mind that I've been sitting with for a while that I haven't done anything. I think coming out of doing a few years of an art business where I was creating a whole lot of art, I kind of needed to give myself a break. But I started a piece this time last year, and it'd be cool to finish that, but I also have some other pieces in my mind that I'd like to do. So I think there's a understanding around organizing my time, because I still have a day job. So fitting in all of my morning routine self-care practices and sound healing and art and learning and studying, and yeah, I mean, I guess it's a really good feeling to just have so much on the table. This is a far distance from feeling stuck or depressed, which I've definitely experienced in my life, and also just noticing that I don't really experience anxiety as much. Knock on wood. And that has been debilitating in my life. Long, extensive periods of regular anxiety. So it's really encouraging to know that I'm like making a lot of big and subtle changes that lead to better mental health, more excitement for life, more life in my life, and also just trying to keep it all in focus and recognize what is my priority right now. And that can be hard when there's a lot of things going on. You know, I'm currently doing a parasite cleanse and working on this daily sauna practice, and now I've added in the bike that I'm doing every day, or at least most days. The paleo diet focus, which now I'm doing carnivore, and just, you know, making time making living ceremony the priority, whatever that calls for. So, yeah, lots coming up today. Just done dreaming life into being. What is the next phase of this? And I've got some really big, beautiful dreams. So, be nice to put them on paper. I also have that year compass packet that I haven't done. So there's a lot available. While I sit out in the sauna and sweat, sometimes it feels like, especially when it's just not as hot, it takes more time. It's like, can I give myself this time? Which also is maybe like, maybe I'm gonna have to reorganize my morning a little bit. If it's going to be cold and it's going to take the sauna a lot longer to heat up, maybe I'll have to do some things before the sauna. I don't know. Meandering thoughts this morning. Well, I've been out here for almost 2 hours with a break in between to go get some more coffee. And I'm just starting to get a sweat on. So, sun is coming up. Gotta be patient. If I want the sweat, gotta wait for it, or come up with a new strategy for tomorrow. Alright, y'all, it is 29 degrees out. Feels like 17. It has dropped. It is freezing. I'm going all rocky on your ass. Who knows? Maybe I'll get really warm. I don't know how long the ride is yet, but we're gonna try. I don't know if this is gonna majorly suck trying to breathe. But I don't know until I try. Okay. It's a 25-minute, 5-mile ride, so we're gonna give it a go. Okay, I got it done. Although it's struggling to load the completion page, so let's hope it counts it. But anyways, weirdest ride ever, both hot and cold. My toes were freezing. I had to take off my hoodie at one moment because my core was so hot, and I couldn't use the hand weights that I sometimes use because they were so freezing cold, so I guess I would need gloves. Anyways, I got it done, but we'll see if this thing wants to count it. Come on. Okay, well, I don't think it's saved. I think it glitched. But I can choose to do it again tomorrow or just skip, go on to the next one because I know that's where I'm at. If this was the first time doing this series, I would be upset, but it's not, and I know that occasionally it glitches, which is annoying, and I would rather it glitch after completing it than glitching in the middle and having to start over again. So, whatever. It is what it is.